Hey man, what it is, what it ain't. It's the voice of the O and the P, and you already know. I'm your host DJ here with a few of my co-hosts and bro hosts, but you know how that go though. We got my boy Josh in the building.
You're
Yes, sir. We got my boy Big Meech.
Big Meech, I'm here.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
get
Yes,
it.
sir. And first and foremost, everybody, we wanted to just say thank you. We hit our 100 subscriber mark on YouTube. We appreciate it, man. Just to have individual people, or fuck with you and who you are as a person, or for people to like the content and like what we're doing as a whole. It's appreciated. We get the comments, we get the love. We appreciate all of it, man, and just understand. It may seem like this is nothing, right? But we actually genuinely love basketball. We genuinely love the stuff that we talk about, and it takes a level of dedication for people to come in weekly and talk about these things that we're not personally invested in. So I appreciate my team being Meech, Josh, Big Tony, showing up week in and week out. Of course, Tony's got some family stuff that he's taking care of, so that's always understandable. But again, these guys are doing it for free at the moment, but with y'all's continued support, we'll be able to put some money in their pockets. You feel what I'm saying?
yes, sir.
Ah,
Absolutely.
but with that being said, man, we're gonna do our weekly roundup of what we think is going on and how we feel about our teams individually or as a whole. So to start it off, I'm gonna start with Meech and his Lakers. Talk to me. Let me know what you guys got going on.
Yeah, I mean, we're 7-6.
Mm-hmm.
Last year we were 3-12 at this time, or
Mm.
3-10.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I mean, I'm liking it, and we're still not even healthy yet. Vando's
Mm-hmm.
not back yet. Gabe Vincent's
Mm-hmm.
not back. Um, that's really our Vando's our defensive
Mm-hmm.
anchor.
Stopper.
He's
Yeah.
going to be the one guarding KD, guarding Paul George, guarding Jason Tatum. That's who. So I'm happy. LeBron is looking like he's in year one. He had a 30-point triple double. AD is a lot of people been giving AD flack over his last inconsistency games. I know y'all was talking about him in the group text, but he is actually still hurt. And I know there's the thing where people say if you hurt, don't play. But if he don't play, then he gonna get the flack for he always hurt, he not playing.
Yeah, it's a
Like,
damned if you do, damned if you don't thing for
yeah.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I would rather somebody go out there and well for him, I appreciate him going out there and trying to play through it. He's missed one game this season. Your boy Zion was resting yesterday, so
That's a fact.
we
Mm-hmm.
at least AD is playing.
Mm-hmm.
If he's playing bad, he's playing good, he's playing. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm liking where we at right now.
Hell yeah, I like to hear it. Like to hear it. Josh,
Nice,
let me know what's
nice.
going on with your 76ers, man. Talk to me.
I mean, we honed it down without Kelly Oubre right now. Hope KO gets well soon. Shout out to you, bro. But I mean, we still honed it down. We did lose two
Mm-hmm.
games in a row with the Pacers and the Celtics, but one uh,
Mm-hmm.
a couple days ago against the Hawks. So that was a good game. 126-16. So we're still looking good. Joel's still averaging 31 in points per game.
That's tough.
Maxi 6.8 assists, and really surprising, low key, is Tobias Harris averaging 57 from field goal. So we're looking good. We're holding it down. Nick Nurse is, I mean, he fits right in. So
Mm-hmm.
he wants to win ball games, and Maxi wants to win ball games, and the whole team does. And it was funny because I saw Joel talk about Maxi. He was like, Maxi always smiling, like he's always like got good vibes. And I think that's what's really keeping the team going well, with the positivity, definitely from a general like him. And All Stars now being thrown around with his name. If he keeps it up, he might get his first All Star appearance later on this season. So I'm super excited. And we go against the Nets today because we're recording this on Sunday, the 19th. So they're
Mm-hmm.
going to go against them at 3:00. Super excited, even though we're not going to see Ben Simmons because, ooh, my back hurt. Ooh, my
Mm-hmm.
back. Like,
It's
this man,
always something with
he's
that
a
nigga.
bum. He's always
Ah,
scared to play basketball. But
let it go, Josh. Let it go,
I
man.
can't. We can't, bro.
Let it go.
We always hate that man, bro. But I
Absolutely.
digress. Sixers looking good. Can't wait for the game later on.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Pels.
Um, my Pelicans, man. I'm gonna be honest, man. I like it. I like what I'm seeing.
I bet you
Obviously,
do.
I'm gonna start from the first, or not the first, but a couple games back when we first played Dallas. You know, we lost 136 to 124. Luca had 30 points, 9 assists. Kyrie had 35, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds. Right, we lost that game by 12, but the role players that I'm often talking about, you know, in that next game played. Herb came back. He was dealing with the injury. Najee Marshall came back for his first game of the season off of an injury. And the difference is, uh, to me, astronomical from when it was literally we played Mavericks, had a day off, and then played them again in New Orleans. But in that game, Luca had 16 points, shot
Mm.
5 of 16 from the field. Kyrie had 17 points, shot 6 of 13 from the field. Herb Jones contributed 19 points, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. And Najee Marshall had 16 points, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists. And again, that's without CJ McCollum and without Trey Murphy, and we ended up winning that game by 21. You know, so
Hmm.
again, once we get those guys back, I think it's going to play a major role in how everything's going. I mean, that's just literally a 2 day difference between when us playing the same team and having Herb Jones, who's a very good, solid lockdown defender, and Najee Marshall, who I think is like a Lance Stevenson little cousin. I mean, his game has no particular rhyme or reason to it. He
Yeah,
just knows how
yeah.
to put
Hmm.
the ball in the basket and plays hard on defense. But more recently, again, we played the Timberwolves. This time missing Zion because the Pelicans are trying to do the whole resting them on the back to backs. Uh, you know, Anthony Edwards had 23 points. Karl Anthony Towns had 29. Gobert had 17. Brandon Ingram had 30. Valanciunas, you know, when I did that breakdown for you guys during the group text, he had 26 points. So, like I said, he can average 20 plus given the
Hmm.
opportunity. Uh, Jordan Hawkins had 15. Herb Jones had 13. Dyson Daniels had 13. And again, no Zion, no CJ, no Trey Murphy. So I'm liking the trajectory that we're on. Once everybody gets healthy, I think the Pelicans are trying to do a somewhat of a load management with Zion coming off of last season's injury. One, trying to get
Hmm.
him back in game shape, and two, just trying to get his body used to the up and downs. That way, it kind of prevents it from injury, prevents him from injuring himself as you go into an 82 game season, because his body's just, he's not the slimmer guys who can do all that running up and down. I think he gives himself more wear and tear just coming out of the gate trying to play every single game. So I understand the approach. I don't think
That's
it. Go
Hmm.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
that's a cop out, man.
I
That's a
feel
cop
you.
out. You
I
need to.
feel you.
That's your franchise player.
For sure,
Facts. That is facts.
Your franchise
for sure.
player. If LeBron was overweight or Luca was overweight and they weren't playing back to backs because their bodies couldn't handle the grind of an 82 game season, they would get torched.
And
Zion,
you,
I mean, he's 23. There
facts.
should be no load management. This
I
guy,
agree.
Right.
you get in shape to play basketball. You don't play basketball to get in shape.
I
So
agree.
them managing his load, um, pause to
Yeah. Make,
make sure that
yeah. Yeah.
to make sure that he
Yeah.
don't get hurt is BS. Like he needs to be out there playing. Either he hurt or he ain't.
No, I
Ain't
agree.
no there's no proof that we've seen over the last few years of niggas load managing that shows that it helps them not get hurt.
That's a fact.
Right.
Kawhi, the poster child for the load management,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
somehow he still get hurt even with the load management.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep.
Paul
Yep.
George, um, KD, like
Mm-hmm.
everybody who load managed somehow still got hurt.
No,
Like
that's a fact. That's a
I
fact.
think I think you need to play to build up that build your body to take
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
hits and the grind from day to day instead of
Hmm.
not playing this game, taking off this game, playing this
Right.
game. Like your body is just up and down at that point.
Hmm.
So
And if they're not playing, I hope at least they're like practicing with the team and like
Yeah.
running drills and still working out and shit. Like they're
No.
not just sitting down getting stretched out or whatever.
he probably I doubt it because they probably want his body to rest,
Mm-hmm.
don't do nothing, and
Right.
then he come back looking bigger.
No, that's a fact. I mean, I hope so. I mean, let's be honest. I genuinely think if Zion had played every game, we'd probably be up there with the Timberwolves. as far as record wise. I mean, granted, they lost by 1 point last night without
Yeah.
him, and we're still, like I
Mhm.
said, no CJ, no Trey Murphy. But
Oh, talk
I
about your
agree with
boy
y'all.
being disgruntled.
Oh yeah, he was salty. I mean, we started off the season bad. He said he's just trying to trust the process, and it's like, bro, you saw last year prior to you getting injured that we were number one in the West, and now you have Trey Murphy, who I've talked about, the last 3 or 4 episodes, who's out with an injury. You have CJ who has a collapsed lung, who's out with an injury. You just got Herb Jones back 2 games ago. You just got Najee Marshall back 2 games ago. Like, come on, bro. I'm looking at this bench right now. You have Matt Ryan, uh, whoever this Robinson Earl. You have
Obviously, oh, okay.
Cody
It's not a good
Zeller,
bench.
right? Cody
No.
Zeller and Kyra Lewis. Like, come on, bro. You can't expect you to go out there and be number one, and you're missing 3 to 4 guys who can give you 30 points, and then your ass ain't playing every game.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't be trying to throw a fit. Like, understand what your team, the potential your team has, because we've seen them all. Again, Valanciunas just put up 26 because you couldn't play. We've seen Jordan Hawkins score 30. Brandon Ingram just scored 30. And you're missing Trey. CJ McCollum put up 30 before he got hurt. Calm down. Give your team time. I mean, you're in a lot better position, in my opinion, than a lot of other teams because they don't have a myriad of different guys who can go give you 30 and you can take a game off. If AD
Mhm.
misses a game, you're putting all that stress and that, stuff on LeBron to go out there and
Yeah.
perform with
Mhm.
iffy D'Angelo Russell, hit or miss Austin Reeves. Same with Philly. If you take away Tyrese Maxey, you're putting on a bunch on Tobias Harris and whoever the hell else is over there.
Yep.
So it's like, just be thankful you're in a position where you have guys that can fill in for you and you can take a game off because your ass can't get right. So
Right.
that being said, man, on to the next. Get your ass in there and do some cardio, nigga. But yeah, man. We were talking in our little pre-pro meeting, man. The Warriors right now, man. There's a lot of stuff going on. Josh, I believe you brought it up.
Yeah,
Talk to
man.
me. What's going on?
Hey, man, they lost 6 in a row,
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
and one of them, that whole scuffle with Rudy and Draymond, but we'll get into that later on. But the I don't know what's happening. I haven't really been watching their games. I've been watching like highlights of their games
I've been
like
watching.
and stats. It's just not looking good. I mean, I don't know how you lose to the Cavs. I don't know how. I mean, I don't know how you lose to the Timberwolves the first game before that whole scuffle. But we'll see what happens when in the Rockets game and they lose twice to the Thunder. And but
Yeah.
but Chet really he really stepped up that last game though
For
with
sure.
to getting that three for overtime, and then they went into double overtime, which is wild.
Mm-hmm.
So big shout out to SJ or SGA
Mm-hmm.
and Chet. That was some good leadership right there.
Yeah.
For sure. Meech, talk to me.
I watched the game last night.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching all the Warriors games because I've been rooting for them to lose. So I've
Mm-hmm.
been,
Yeah.
watching the games when it gets close. I'm like, yeah. So I'm loving that they're on a 6 game slide,
Mm-hmm.
but they have lost to some really good teams.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota twice, right?
Mm-hmm.
hmm
OKC twice.
Mm-hmm.
I watched both of those games. Who else did they lose to?
The Nuggets and
The
the Cavs.
Nuggets and the Cavs.
They
Cavs.
lost to the Cavs twice. They lost to the
Okay,
Cavs
so you
twice.
could have. So that's here or
They got a
there.
solid four with Darius
You know,
Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Jared Allen, and Evan Mobley.
but the thing is, they're too small and they
That's a
can't
fact.
Right.
defend. That's
That's a fact.
literally it. Every team that they've lost to, what's the common denominator? They all have
Bigs.
size.
They all got crazy
Bigs.
bigs.
The
Yeah.
Thunder, they don't have sizes in like big bodies, but Chet
Mm-hmm.
7'2", it puts
Mm-hmm.
pressure on
hmm
them on the rim. The
Jalen
Cavs,
Williams is tall.
exactly, they're bigs. The
Right.
Nuggets, they're bigs.
hmm
The Timberwolves, they're 7 footers.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
And then Clay is he's
Clay's doing
he's
bad.
he's
Mitty Weber
washed.
Jaeger, man, Jensen.
He's he's
They need
washed.
to get rid of, bro.
Let's
So
just say it right now.
Yeah, he's getting 14 points a game.
I'm
He's
gonna be
playing
honest with
29
y'all.
minutes.
I'm gonna be honest. I think they need to trade for Ben Simmons. I think so. And
What?
listen. Let me hear me out. Hear me out. Right. If he gets right, they don't ever need Draymond to score 10 points. His whole game is facilitating the basketball. And Ben Simmons at his size will be a good screen setter, same as what Draymond does, but at a taller version, and can guard a myriad of different positions. That's my opinion. I would like to see Ben Simmons as a distributor for that Warriors team.
The only thing against that argument is that I would, and I don't like Draymond, just to start off, but I'd
Me
rather
neither.
have Draymond's energy
For
and
sure.
love for the game than Ben Simmons on my team.
I understand that
Because
100%.
Ben will
Love for the
play, will
game.
give
That's perspective, Josh. Come on, let it go, man.
Ben will give you no, even while he's on the Nets, he'll give you like maybe eight and nine,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
That's decent,
yeah.
right? That's almost averaging a triple double, like
Mm-hmm.
which he should be almost every game.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, his attitude is not right. I don't know what he needs to do. Like he's on a new team, like he got out of Philly. Now he's on the Nets. He ain't putting up the 25. He ain't putting up the 8. Now he's low key, he's like the star. He's low key the star player on the Nets right now. Like he should be first option, but he's not.
He has
That's
that
okay.
nerve. He has a nerve issue in his leg. He's hurt. That's just really is. He's hurt right now. He can't play. He's hurt. He has a nerve, which he
But he
was
got to get
playing.
surgery on it. Has he gotten surgery?
I think I don't know. The nerve stuff is it could just either just take time or he may. I don't know if he needs surgery, but I mean he was playing. Yes,
Mhm.
retirement sounds like something more likely. Like if this
Right.
type of stuff kind of
Mhm.
persists, like with his young career, nerve issues are no joke.
Right.
Like that affects your whole right side of your leg. I think that's what's going on right now.
Mhm.
Nerve issues in the back; those are always serious. You know, you can't really pinpoint it, really. You know, but the Warriors, man. Only thing I would say against that DJ is Draymond and Ben Simmons are essentially the same player, but with what Josh said, different types of attitudes towards the game.
Fair enough.
One takes a team friendly deal,
Mhm.
Draymond to stay,
Mm-hmm.
though the nigga might get suspended here and there for doing wild shit. They might miss the same amount of games for suspension or being hurt, but
Right.
the Warrior fan base would kill Ben Simmons if he were there. It wouldn't even be funny. He would
100%.
that guy would have
That's
to go
okay.
into hiding.
For sure. So give me before we get off this topic, you guys give me one thing that you think, and obviously, Meech, I know this is goes against your morals right now, that would help the Warriors uh kind of turn it around. I'm gonna start, like I said, I already started with Ben. Uh Meech, you tell me what you think would be a piece or a move they need to make in order to improve.
Yeah, they need to go ahead and get off of Clay. Um,
Mm,
Move Clay and bring in either a dominant like power forward
mm-hmm,
or like let's say they move Clay and go for Towns, right? Carl
mm-hmm,
Towns, because the Timberwolves this is Anthony Edwards' team.
mm-hmm.
You
That's
know
a fact.
now,
Mm-hmm.
like
That's a fact.
Towns has proved that he's not that guy. He fouls out in the late playoff games. This is Edwards' team. If the Timberwolves start to like slide towards the play trade deadline, I would go ahead and because Towns can stretch the floor, so he
Mm-hmm,
fits Golden State's mo.
mm-hmm,
I would say trade Clay for Towns. They're clogged
mm-hmm.
anyway with two big 7-footers on the team anyway. In Minnesota,
Mm-hmm.
so that would be what I would do.
Mm.
Okay, okay. Josh, talk to me. What do you think is a move that Golden State can make?
I don't know, man, because I'm thinking about because Curry, he's like 30 something, 35, something like
35,
that.
36, yeah.
I don't know. I think tank some games, get some draft picks, start rebuilding. I think this is the
Mm,
time for the Warriors to start rebuilding. Because we got Wiggins, who's a younger guy, but he shouldn't be getting 12 points a game. He should be getting way more than that. Like he's no scrub.
mm,
Um, Chris Paul, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if it's doing. I don't know if
He's
it's
old.
right now. It's not doing what their hope was happening. because he's only like getting 7 assists a game.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Curry on your team and Klay Thompson, and he's like the king of tossing dimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like they should be getting. I mean, Curry's getting 30 points. He's doing what he's doing. Like I
Right.
mean, no one's mad at him. But Klay should be hitting those shots if he's got the open look. But I really think they gotta start looking at rebuilding. I mean, their top 3 guys are on the older end and probably will start to retire soon.
So let me ask you both this question real quick for the next one. Zach Lavine to the Warriors in order to replace Klay Thompson?
I don't think that'll ever happen.
Yeah, I don't think it will happen.
Yeah,
but
I think Klay will stay a Warrior
For sure.
till the end of his career.
I don't think it will work because it doesn't help the problem that they'd have. Zach Lavine is no perimeter defender, and he's 6'7". I mean, he's tall. You know, on offense, it can help you, but it still doesn't help them. Defensively. So it's Steve Kerr. You know, let's you know what? Fuck it. Steve Kerr is when he has a loaded squad and things are rolling, he get all the praise. He deserves some flack. You got the greatest shooter, 1A and 1B of all time. The self-proclaimed best defender of all time, and Draymond Green.
Yeah.
Why can't you win games? Because you don't have KD. Because you're not, you don't have an advantage as far as them niggas been in their prime anymore.
Right.
If it's just he got out coached last night by the Thunder, just simple and plain. I watched that game. They went to single overtime, but they were supposed to foul on the 3 or before that 3 went up.
Right.
They didn't foul. Steve Kerr was just sitting there. I believe he didn't instruct them to foul.
No.
And Chet is 7 foot, shot right over somebody's head, and drained the 3. They went to the overtime. And for even furthermore, the Thunder were down 20 in the third quarter, I believe, and came back. But Steve Kerr has shown, I think, in my opinion, he's shown multiple times that he's not that great of a coach. He jumped on the train once Mark Jackson built this. Yeah, that's another discussion, man.
Boy, ain't it?
Let's go on.
Ain't it? The black ball.
Yes,
All
let's
right,
go
man.
on.
So I don't really know, man. Tell me, you guys, since we're on the Warriors thing, before we get out of here, the whole Rudy Gobert Draymond situation. I'll start it off by saying I don't like that. I don't like that man. And I like the way he plays basketball. I genuinely feel like he plays good basketball. I think the extra shit is not necessary, bro. Like jumping up and choking. Like in my opinion, I do not think Rudy Gobert was trying to damn like him Clay up. You know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy. He was just trying to wrap him up real quick. Like, hey, let's just separate it. Blah blah blah. And then you got Draymond coming out of nowhere, like when the homies get into a fight and somebody just run out of nowhere and jump and just grab this nigga by the yeah, like bro. That was not necessary. And you would have been looking crazy, or you would have been calling for Adam Silver, whoever, if somebody really punched you in your shit for that. That's just my opinion because, bro, like the way he did that was so extra. It was WWE extra. Like you couldn't even believe that he would go do something like that. But that's just my opinion. Again, he's too old to be costing you suspensions and games. Like you can get somebody in there that's going to at least show up and do their job and not miss games for you at this point. But with that being said, I'll move on to you, Josh. Tell me what you think about this situation and how you felt after seeing it.
I mean, it's no surprise because Draymond has been notorious for doing some crazy, outlandish shit like this before, like kicking people in the nuts and stepping on people's chest, and just tripping people up where it's not necessary. So it's just like I don't know what he thinks he was doing. Like, was he trying to protect his team, or was he just like trying to get some grudge out or whatever against Rudy? Because they've been going at it for a little while when they match up with each other. But like when you put somebody in a full headlock, that's not protecting. Like that's a pure attack on somebody. Like you got something you got your whole arm around his neck. And I'm glad like Adam Silver finally stepped up because everybody in the comments was like, he got to be suspended. Like, this is ridiculous. And I'm glad Kamish got in there and suspended him for 5 games. And even Steve Kerr said that's like inexcusable. Like, that's, and that makes the team look bad too. It's just like, you got Draymond, like he's just outlandish. You can't control him. Like he's just gonna do whatever the fuck he wants to do, and then you're gonna cost your team games. Like you suspended for 5 games. Like he's not thinking. Like if you're out and then you can't help your team, then you got to work even harder to stay in the playoff picture.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. You're already on the downward skid. Beach,
Right.
talk to me.
Yeah, as far as the choking thing is concerned, I mean, I think it was some sucker shit.
Yep, talk on it.
Like what you compare the DJ to, like, 2 niggas like getting into it and then somebody out of nowhere just come, jump in. Is like, one, I agree with Josh. He has some vendetta against Gobert. He don't like him, whatever. It would have been, this was national TV, national televised game. Play-in tournament. The NBA wants to make these things a big deal, and you put a nigga in a full Nelson and drag him across the court.
Yep.
What if Gobert had a serious injury because of that? What if you put the nigga to sleep? What if he broke his neck? Like, what if some serious shit happened? Like that? Like, that's just. I think he should have been suspended like 20 games. I'm not gonna hold you.
For sure.
It sounds crazy, but Ja got suspended for being a thug online for 25 games. Draymond choked the nigga out on national television, and he got 5 games.
Yep.
Adam Silver is soft. David Stern rolling over in his grave. David Stern would have had this nigga playing in China, for shit like that. David Stern didn't play. That's one thing. Love or hate him, David Stern. I didn't agree with a lot of things that he pushed, but David Stern understood the business of the NBA and protecting the brand.
For sure.
Like I said with that a couple of podcasts ago with the whole Zion and Mariah Mills situation, that shit would not have been going on that long. No. She would have been in a basement somewhere. After the first few tweets, David Stern would have packed her up. But yeah, I think it was pretty crazy. It was fucked up. They fined Gobert $25K.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You get choked out, and you gotta pay. Right. That's just fucked up. He might as well threw some. Bro. Yeah, he might as well threw some punches. Like if that's the case, but ultimately, I think for some reason niggas are scared of Draymond, right? And it's gonna take somebody to go at somebody. Gonna have to fight Draymond.
That's a fact.
Like a Biombo or somebody because Draymond be fucking with niggas skinnier, smaller than him.
I mean, he be messing with people on his own team. He punched Jordan Poole last year.
That's what we're saying.
No one's safe.
I never seen him go at fucking Joel Embiid like that, or I never seen him go at James Johnson or anybody like that who can actually hold their own.
Right.
I think it's gonna take somebody to knock the bully Debo out before the neighborhood ain't scared of him no more.
Nah, for sure. Because that nigga only punch on light-skinned niggas. Like, you punched the young nigga in his face, Jordan Poole. You choked Rudy
out
Gobert.
The French nigga.
I know there's, the running stereotype of light-skinned niggas, but I need one of my dark brethren to punch that nigga in his fucking mouth for real one time. That's it. Because Draymond will stop doing that shit. Because he only punk on the little niggas. Like, you need to quit, bro. Because I'm telling you, you going to run into one of these niggas that ain't from here, do that to Thanasis. Thanasis will, boy... The Nassers will beat your motherfucking ass. Go choke Giannis like that. See what happened. Yeah. That nigga don't get no minutes. No way. He don't get no minutes. No way. He
ain't gonna mess with Joker. He ain't gonna mess with Joker.
That's
after
a fact.
What Joker did to Marcus Morris a couple seasons ago.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, they're not. He talks shit to KD. KD ain't about to fight nobody. He's 150 pounds wet. Caught that nigga a bitch when he was playing with when he was playing with them. Punched off on Jordan Poole, choked out Rudy Gobert. None of those niggas are threatening.
Right.
None.
Like none of them niggas are. No one's intimidated by none of them niggas that he's like being a quote unquote tough guy towards.
I wish
Now
Kevin Garnett was in the league still.
yeah. See, if
Ooh, that'd be
DeMarcus
yeah.
Cousins,
Mm-hmm.
KG, Stat,
Mm-hmm.
Zebo, niggas like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I would I would have respect for you if you keep that same energy towards a nigga that we don't know, like, damn, he might be able to get you, but you
Right.
still talking shit to him. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
respect. But yeah, he should have been suspended. More than that, I think.
For sure.
And if some dirty shit happen again, they gotta like send a message. Like if he because like Josh said, this nigga is kick niggas in the nuts, stomped out niggas' chests, poke niggas in the eyes,
Mm-hmm.
uh, pull niggas to the ground in the air. Like he's done some crazy shit.
Bro, I just
Yeah.
saw a clip after that incident happened. Rudy Gobert. Rudy was going to get a rebound, and he stuck his elbow out as he was coming in to get the rebound, hit him in the chest, and turned around and tried to get and then complained that he got a foul for it. It's like, bro, you're bugging.
Right.
That ain't
This
no
nigga's-
basketball
He
play.
be doing too much, bro.
This nigga's out. He's not out there hooping. He like, when you hoop and like you ever play with a football player,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
they
he's
don't.
that type of nigga.
They're not hooping.
Mm-hmm.
They're out there fouling.
Mm-hmm.
That's
No,
what he's
that's
doing.
for sure.
100%.
That's for sure. The next thing, what we want to talk about, fellas? I'm trying to
Russ.
think. Who's interested? You said Russ? Oh shit. Go ahead, bro.
All right.
Come on, talk about this PR stuff. My boy
All
needs
right.
to swear
okay,
by it.
bet.
This is a PR stunt by the Clippers. All right. How much flack did the Lakers get last year when we decided to move Russ to the bench?
I got a lot.
Russ wasn't fucking with it.
Mhm.
Everybody's saying the Lakers are a horrible organization. Russ is an all-star, super Hall of Fame. You don't bench him. Blah blah blah.
Mhm.
And when we benched him, it worked. And
Mhm.
he was off the team away from us. It worked. It just didn't work out.
Mhm.
Now, like the last podcast, I told y'all, unfortunately, he was going to get the short end of the stick, and it was
For
going to
sure.
be on him. They was going to have to, try to blame him. First, so Russ comes in, Ty Lue starts him.
Mhm.
Now, all of a sudden, Russ is just voluntarily going to the front office saying, "Hey, I want to come off the bench so I can lead the second unit." Hell no. They're trying to save face because they're not trying to get that bad pub. And then everybody can say, Russ is such a great teammate. He volunteered to come off the bench.
That's a good
Watch his
point.
body language. Watch his body language. It was night and day last year when we benched him. You could
Mhm.
see the nigga was not with the team in the pregame huddles, lackadaisical
True.
in the timeouts and shit like that, and late in the game. This guy does not voluntarily want to come off the bench because that means he's not going to finish games. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's a PR stunt, and Russ may be shit. I don't know. They might trade the nigga. You
You
know,
gonna you gonna make me put
it's-
my cape on? Don't make me
go
do it. I
hey,
already
go
got
ahead,
it on, bro.
go ahead, man. I'm just saying that's a PR stunt. I like
Jo-
Russ.
Before I put my cape on, Josh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I
bro.
mean, I don't have much to say on it because Meech was kind of like the leader on the topic, but
Mhm.
I don't know if it works. It works. At this point, I hope he doesn't have an attitude with it. And he just wants to win ball games so he can get to the playoffs, get to maybe the conference finals because that's a team that should get to the conference finals on paper. That is conference finals team right there. Harden, PG, Kawhi, and Russ. That's just a phenomenal team to have.
Mhm.
But yeah, man, we'll see. Time will tell. Time will tell.
All right.
What about you,
man.
D?
Put this
Cape.
cape on
Uh-oh.
real quick. Captain Saver, bro, in today. So let me put it like this, man. Meech, and I'm gonna give you and your team credit because I think, granted, right, this might be a PR stunt, but on the other hand, maybe the Lakers have already put him in this predicament where he's had to come off the bench already. So now he's just like, well, shit, I don't want to do this, but I don't want to get traded, and I've already had to deal with the transition once before. So fuck it, like just throw me on the bench because James ain't going to the bench because he ain't never had to. I've already done it. I don't like this shit, but I don't want to get traded because my contract now is cheap as hell. You can see me anywhere for $1 million. So
Mhm.
just let me move to the bench because I'm not trying to get the fuck up out of here. Because I know y'all gonna do it anyway. Y'all just don't want to say nothing to me. And if I act up, y'all gonna kick me out. So I like being home. Move me to the bench. The bench unit isn't terrible. I got Norman Powell. I got Bones Highland. Those guys. So I'll take it. It is, and that's how I think he went to Ty Lue on it. Like, fuck it, bro. I know it's coming, or I'm getting traded. So just do it. Do it already. Don't let us play 4 or 5 more games, because then y'all gonna be blaming me for it, even though he ain't playing like shit right now either. That's my opinion on it.
So he don't care about winning then, if that's the
I
case.
think I think he cares about winning, but he's just like, I mean, we saw how he did whenever they played the Suns in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? He played good basketball with having Kawhi out. And it was just him and I think PG for a little bit, and I don't even
Hmm.
know if PG got hurt, but he started and they were competitive in that
Hmm.
Suns series. James last year in the playoffs having the MVP, what, that nigga had one good game? He had
Josh will
one good
know.
game.
He did
Josh, he had one good game, and the rest of it was midi.
trash.
So it's like James he's cool, like especially for this team, right? I think James needs to go back to the 10 assists a game, James Harden, instead of trying to come in and we all scoring 30. That's my opinion because you got PG. Kawhi is damn near unstoppable as far as mid rangers and the
Mhm.
jumps and the jumpers. Like he just got it. PG is really hit or miss. Like the nigga's gonna score 30 or he's scoring 10 or 12. James, he's trying to go back to his Houston offensive days, and that is not what this team requires. You have too many shooters on this team. That's the one reason that Russell Westbrook was still viable in Oklahoma City. Again, if you look at as much as everybody likes to shit on him, look at those teams he had. This nigga had Anthony Morrow, Alex Abrinas, Jeremy Grant, uh, Steven Adams, damn, and God knows who else on the bench. Saw a video the other day. The nigga had, I think, Norris Cole on the bench. Like, come on,
Yeah, he
fam.
did. Kyle
Like,
Singler.
bruh, Kyle Sink like Mecca. And y'all talk crazy about this, man. But he had an MVP season, but he's chasing stats. Nigga, I be chasing stats. Tell me where any of those niggas is right now besides Steven Adams. Please tell me.
Yeah.
So,
Jeremy
I don't
Grant
think
and
Cole's in the
Stephen.
league no more.
Nah, that's saying this thing on the
Jeremy Grant's with
podcast.
Portland. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeremy Grant's in Portland. But that's what
Um,
I'm saying.
but yeah,
I don't
everybody
know.
else are they're at the league. But no, I get what you're saying.
Like,
Russ is sacrificing, you know, what the team would consider was best for them
mm-hmm,
versus his own comfortability.
for
And
sure.
I don't know, man. I know Russ, man. He ain't gonna be happy when shit's really start to hit the fan.
Mm-hmm,
Like he may play the part now for for a little while.
mm-hmm.
But let's say they go on to like a 6 game losing streak, 7 game
Right.
losing streak, some shit like that, and he's
Hmm.
still coming off the bench. That's when the disgruntled body language really start to come out,
Yep.
and niggas are really. I mean, you remember them pressers for us
Mm-hmm,
last year? His body, his
mm-hmm.
his the short answers, the disinterested looks, like all that shit. Like that's
That's a
what's
fact.
that's what I'm waiting for. And Russ he stay Russ
Mm-hmm.
and he stays himself, which I respect, because he ain't changed his identity no matter where he's been. But I get with you. He want to make this Clippers situation work out so bad
Mm-hmm.
that they're probably honestly better off if he starts and they move James to the bench. But and I also think it's disrespectful to Kawhi and Paul George to
Mm-hmm.
let James force his way in, right? And
Hmm.
then Ty Lue just have to take orders, and they say, "Well, this is James Harden's. We're gonna run the offense through him." You got fucking Kawhi and Paul George. Why are you
Yep.
now changing your whole identity up and saying we want James Harden to be the James Harden of old? Let him run the show. Like,
Right. And
what
that's
is
what I'm
this?
saying. Because if I'm Russ, that would make me disgruntled. This nigga came in and he gets to do what he wants, how he wants, or else.
Hmm.
And I have to take the back seat. When we saw what I could do as a starter once our main guy went down, I genuinely think the ascension of Tyrese Maxey is why James Harden wanted out. Everybody, if you ever watched any of those Philly games last year when Tyrese was putting up 50 ball here and there or 30 balls, you know it was a matter of time before that young bull was given the keys to drive the Ferrari. And what's he done this year with it? That's why I wanted the Pelicans to draft him. That kid is good, and James Harden knew, hey, they probably gonna move me more off the ball. Like he's gonna end up taking a lot more shots going in the next season.
Mm-hmm.
And like he said before he got to the Clippers, I am the system. Obviously not, nigga. Obviously not,
I
because your
mean,
system is 0 and
That's
6.
such a dumb
I
thing to
guess he
say.
look. I
Such a
guess he
dumb
is the
thing to say.
system since he go to Clippers and they say we running through James. I guess that nigga is. I guess he got the juice like that. It ain't
I
gonna never
guess so.
win. They're never gonna win championships like that. Kobe Bryant
Right.
Right.
said it years ago before he passed
Mhm.
that play style is not it's not a winning formula. Just a one on one shit. But we'll see.
We'll see for sure, man. Whew. Anything else, man? The Rockets dropped to 6-4 now after that hot start of they dropped from what it was a top 3 to 6, still in the playoff. Wouldn't have to play in the play in.
I think we're
Yeah,
gonna.
they're still number 6.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think we're
he's
gonna wrap it up with the
Lavine.
Zach Lavine
Mm-hmm.
Zach Lavine rumors.
situation. Yeah,
Meech.
me and Josh. Look, you know what I mean. Like I think. To the Chicago Bulls, I think that y'all, our rookie, Jalen Hood-Schifino would be great for cornerstone for your organization for
This nigga's
for Zach
lying.
Lavine. I'm just saying. Jalen Hood, and we got,
That's
a
hilarious.
nice second round pick that, y'all can really build off of. Give us Levine and, we can do that. But yeah, he's gone. Um, Caruso's going to be traded. Demar's going to, they should blow the whole thing up, honestly.
That's a
If I'm
fact.
being real, like,
That's
there's
a fact.
no reason
None.
why you shouldn't. Like, you're not
Right.
Philly. You're not Boston. You're not even New York. Like, the middle of pack team.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Mm-hmm.
always going to be like a 7-6. What seed were they last year? They made the playoffs, right?
I have no idea, to be honest with you.
They,
Right
but
now,
They
they.
they're 12th
did.
in the East, just
I
above
mean,
Charlotte, Washington, and Detroit.
what's their record?
The record is 5-9.
Yeah.
I mean, best case scenario, like if you just turn your season around, you end up 500. In the East, you really
Mm-hmm.
don't got to even be 500 to make the playoffs. You can be a few games
Right.
under.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get beat out by Boston or somebody. Like
Right.
trade Vucevic, trade Demar, trade, like you can get a
That's
load
crazy.
of talent, and you can end up like fucking the Pels or Thunder or who's a young team that's like playing well,
Orlando,
Orlando or Houston.
they're
Like
Mm-hmm.
7.
trade those places away. Those are all veteran players who do not want to be on a losing or rebuilding team.
Mm-hmm.
Them
That nigga
niggas are all
Lonzo
old.
Ball gonna come back to nothing.
Yeah, that's he gonna come back and
Yep.
it's gonna be like completely
Mm.
overhaul difference. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Will
I'll take
Smith.
Levine. I'm sure Josh would too.
Oh, absolutely. I'd take
Give me the
Lavine in a
pitch,
heartbeat.
Josh.
I mean, we
Okay, tell
can
me what you're giving up first. Tell me
giving
what you're
up.
giving up to get him.
Definitely give up probably Tobias Harris.
That's not bad.
Um, maybe even Melton and or
Shake
Paul
Mel.
Reed.
Okay, I'll take them two in a pick for sure.
Right. Yeah, definitely do that because then that'll be a good because Kelly Oubre could take over at the 4 for Tobias.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Tyrese, Joel, and Levine. Like that's a good 3 right there.
Mm-hmm.
Part of a winning team. His attitude probably be on the up and up. We know he can dunk it crazy. Tyrese can give those looks to him, and Joel can clean up if things don't happen on the range shots.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, Levine will be definitely happy here in Philly if we get Levine. It'll be like kid of Christmas.
You know what? Y'all could actually get him for less than that because y'all heard of the Laker tax, right?
No, never.
No.
Okay, the Laker tax is whenever the Lakers are interested in getting a player, let's say, i.e.,
Mm.
Bogdanovich a year and a half ago for Detroit.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
What was Detroit trying to get out of us? First
Shit.
round
First
picks.
rounder. Yep.
First round. Who did they end up trading the nigga to? Utah or some shit,
Utah
or
traded them to Detroit.
do Utah trade him to Detroit for like I don't even know who they traded him, a second
Hmm.
rounder or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Anytime we're trying to get a player, when AD was on your squad, Dell
Hmm.
Demps was your GM at the time.
We got
Magic Johnson offered him Kuzma, Ball, Ingram, Hart, all for AD, and he rejected it
hmm
because the league does not want the Lakers to be good.
no the league.
Once
Yes.
once your owner of the Pels found out that that nigga was turning down the entire house, what happened? Dell Demps got fired.
Hmm.
David Griffin came in there and accepted that exact same deal, and we got
Hmm.
the deal done. But anytime it's a situation where we're trying to get a player, the Lakers teams start trying to fuck us, and they start trying to
So fact.
pretty much extort us and try to get way more than what they'd accept,
Mm-hmm.
because they collude against us and they don't want the Lakers to be good. It's the LeBron agenda. A lot of teams and
Hmm.
players don't like LeBron.
That's a
And it's the
fact.
Laker
Yep.
brand agenda. A lot of teams and organizations don't like the Lakers. So anything
That's a
that will
fact.
help the Lakers, they're like, nah, nah, nah. You got to give us. I bet if we call Chicago right now for Lavine, the asking price is going to be like something crazy. We
Oh,
want
they want D'Angelo
we want
Russell,
D'Lo,
Austin
Rui,
Reeves,
Vando, Austin. They're going to say some
Yep.
crazy shit.
and draft picks, first
Mm-hmm.
rounders.
Yes. Watch the shit going to come out. The report going to come out what they were asking because
That's a
I don't
fact.
think we're going to get them. Unfortunately, just because of this tax, I
Hmm.
don't think we're going to get them. But mark my words, you're going to see the asking price that we rejected once he does get traded. You're going to
Hmm.
see what we
Mm-hmm.
rejected from what their asking price was because it happens
Right.
all the time.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's gonna be interesting.
before we get out, the other two pieces that we haven't talked about, I want you guys to pick two locations that would within reason, right? Within the cap would fit DeMar DeRozan and Vucevic. I will start first and give
Like
y'all a
together
little
as a
extra time.
package.
Or just individually. Like
Oh,
if one
individually.
went there,
All right.
one went there, right? So I'll
Mm-hmm.
start it off. I would like DeMar DeRozan to go to Thunder. I know he probably wouldn't want to, but you
Wow.
give me Shea Gilgis, you give me DeMar DeRozan, you give me Chet Holmgren, a good team, good young core. Still got tons of draft picks from the KD trade and the Russell Westbrook trades that we've made.
Wow.
You give up a couple of those, bring him over. They were already a viable team last year. You give them another mid-range scorer, another solid defender. I mean, Jalen Williams is inconsistent. Giddy's hit or miss. So you get him a SGA and Chet, and allow Chet to blossom into what he will be at some point. That'd be cool. For Vucevic, I would genuinely like to see Vucevic, and I know it may sound crazy, but hear me out. I would like to see him, and I don't know what his contract is, so that's what's probably holding me up on this. But I think it's
Mm-hmm.
major. I would like to see him at the Lakers at a mid range and potential 3-point shooter to stretch the floor for LeBron. That's me personally, and also
Damn.
as another viable person. So AD, because I know AD hate playing the five. AD do not want to play the five. So you give him
Mm-hmm.
Vucevic, who can
Nice.
stretch the floor for all of
Wow.
them. AD can shoot middies, and on occasion he can take advantage of fours. That's just my opinion. I think his
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
contract is too big, so you probably have to give up D'Lo or somebody
Hmm.
that has a
Yeah.
substantial contract. But that's just me.
Hmm.
Meech, since I just got done talking about the Lakers, you tell me
Yeah.
who are your two places that you'd like to see those guys go to
I'm gonna
if they
flip
blow it
it.
up?
The only
Mm-hmm.
reason why I would say that no Vucevic to the Lakers, just because we still have Vando coming back. He plays that forward position, and so
Mm-hmm.
that's AD, Vando, and Christian Wood.
Mm-hmm.
And if we have to go small, Rui is like 6'8", 6'9".
Mm-hmm.
He can play. Though I do agree with you. I do want somebody in there who's big enough, who
Mm-hmm.
can play that put five position if we
Mm-hmm.
match up against Denver, Philly. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Shit like that. it's just going to have to take a great team effort and double team and get it out of his hands. But as far as Vucevic, I would, if I'm the Thunder, I
Mm,
would trade draft picks for him.
mm,
You don't have a
Mm.
actual center,
mm,
right? You got Jalen Williams. They don't really play him that much, um, but they play Chet,
mm.
more
At the
at
five for
that five
sure.
position. But I
The
mean,
other Jay Williams plays the four.
yeah, and we see what happens when Chet goes up against Denver when they play Denver, or
Mm-hmm.
Sacramento when Sabonis was brutalizing, Chet. He killed AD. Like Sabonis is like, you need. I think Vucevic would be great for the Thunder. You don't have to give up any players for him. You can literally just trade draft picks. And for the DeMar DeRozan, I think it's time for him to come on home.
Still can't believe the Thunder had Sabonis on the bench, but it's neither here nor there. Josh, or no, where
Mm.
DeMar DeRozan? Where did you put? Where'd you
He
put
need to come
DeMar?
home.
Oh, you need to come home. Okay,
Yeah,
okay, all right. You don't. You sure you want somebody else clogging up the paint for LeBron and AD? Because he's not a
I
prolific
mean,
3-point shooter.
he's not, but it's okay. I mean, we don't need him to be. We
Mm,
got
for
3-point
sure.
shooters. We need the nigga. We need a for sure 22 points a game,
Okay,
an absolute sure. And Demar is that. And
okay.
Demar was playing point guard, low key, for when he was at San Antonio before he had left. Like,
Mm-hmm.
he can handle the ball. He's clutch.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and he gets to his spots. He's consistent. You know what Demar is going to give you. So
For sure.
shit, fuck
Mhm.
it. I'll take Demar.
Hell yeah, Josh.
Yeah.
What do you think? Give me your two places for those two gentlemen.
I say Vooch to the Warriors. Sorry, to do it to
Mm,
you, Meech. But I
makes sense. It
mean,
makes sense.
trade Draymond. I mean, they got kind of similar salaries.
Ooh.
Draymond's making a couple more million more than Vooch, but get him out of there. Trade for Vooch. He's a great rebounder, great
Mm-hmm.
playing at the five, and that's what the Warriors need right now. They need a solid five.
And he
Yeah.
can
Um,
score.
right, and can score exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and for DeMar, I say I love to see him with the Cavs. Low key,
Mm-hmm.
him, D. Mitch,
Yeah.
and Garland. That'd be
Mm-hmm.
crazy. You can trade him out for either Evan Mobley or Jared Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and he could play the three.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Plays a nice small forward for him, and that'll be a crazy team to watch. Like that'll
For
be
sure.
that'll be that'll be the ball will be moving crazy around the court with them because they got good options.
That'd be a crazy lineup, right? To picture Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell,
Hmm.
uh, Amani or no, DeMar DeRozan, Amani Bates at the four, even though he's still undersized, still needs to get his grown man weight under him. And then Evan
Hmm.
Mobley or Jared Allen, that's a scary five for sure.
Yeah.
Scary, scary five. But man, with that, I think wraps up another episode, man. Everybody
Yeah.
good?
Yeah.
All
Yes,
Good.
right, man.
sir. Another
Hey,
round, another week of games. Let's see what happens.
Yes,
yes, sir.
sir. Let's
That's
go
team.
Birds
Yes, sir.
tomorrow,
Eagles
baby.
game tonight or tomorrow. Tomorrow, my bad.
Yes,
When
sir.
this will be dropping. But man, again, we want to say thank you to everybody again for the 100 subscribers. We here, uh, you know, we record on Sundays, but we try to get it out to you guys as fast as we can. But always appreciate the love, appreciate the comments. Try to get out some more content at some point. Hopefully we'll get some people in here. On days like this, our ideas to get what we call subs when the starting lineup is out. Like today, when Tony's out, we'll be trying to integrate more fans or people that we know to come in and talk sports. Just to kind of give it
Hmm.
a different dynamic to the group. So, man, with that being said, that's another episode of the From the Jump podcast. We out.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.